Hi everyone, welcome to the very first Morning Cryptic weekend crossword puzzle. Great to be here. Throughout the week we've had our Monday to Friday daily clues, and those got progressively harder throughout the week, and those feed into this puzzle, so you've got a head start. But then we also have 5 more clues to be solving, and so what I'll do is I'll quickly go through those 5 clues throughout the week just to tick them off, and then I'll spend more time on the other 5. And if you are coming to this for the first time, you can definitely go back and see those other videos and spend a bit more time with understanding how the first 5 clues are broken down. With the first one here, finished staff amended quickly for 4 letters. We began that on Monday, and we have unfinished as our deletion indicator. We have staff, which is unfinished. It's missing the last letter, the STAF, and that's amended. We have an anagram of STAF for quickly, which gives us fast, to move quickly, to move fast. That is our definition there. We then had for 5 across, stronghold leaders of fearsome opponent retreated. Troops rallied, ending siege soon for 8. And it was, in fact, the longest clue I think we've ever had on Morning Cryptic. And it looks daunting because, there's a lot of different elements to it. But ultimately, we don't have to look much further than leaders of, because leaders of is our acrostic indicator. We're taking the leaders of, the first letters of fearsome, F, opponent, retreated, troops rallied, ending siege soon, for fortress, which is a stronghold. Now, we kept going then. This was actually the Friday difficult clue. Old knit, knocked back, caught shirt, wiped out for 7. Now, we had the definition actually separated out here for wiped out. That was our definition. And for old, we had X. For knit, knocked back, it was tin. And then caught, abbreviated to the letter C as a reference to cricket, and shirt abbreviated to T. If you have a t-shirt. And so extinct was our answer there. We then had this one, which also was, I think, a bit of a hard one as well. Bring about a portion of delightful fillet. And the way in which we would break this down is that a portion of is our hidden indicator. It's telling us that another word for bring about is a portion of, or part of, or hidden within delightful Phyllis. And so is there a 7-letter word here that we can spot? Well, now that we've got the 2 F's here, you can see that it's F-U-L in delightful, and then F-I-L-L in fillet. So that gives us fulfill, to bring about something, to fulfill something. We then had, as our last clue here, Holy Spirit disheartened about leaderless Cain for 5. We've already disheartened spirit here with the S and the T. We've deleted or taken out the heart of spirit for ST, and that goes about or surrounds a leaderless Cain. And so Cain without its leader, the first letter, without a C, gives us AIN for saint. Saint, if one's a saint, one is holy. And so those were our 5 clues from the week. Now let's spend a bit more time on the 5 clues that we've got left. And so we'll go back up to the top here for 4 across. Duplicate magazine issue for 4. Now, difficult one because there's no clear wordplay indicator, no clear fodder, no clear definition. And so in those cases, we can assume that this might be a double definition clue, that in fact there are 2 components to this clue. Some typically in these kinds of double definitions, it's just 2 words. In this case, it's a bit trickier, and that it's got 3, so we've got to try and work out, is it duplicate magazine as one component and then issue as another, or is it duplicate magazine issue? And so we're looking for that connector word that can mean both of those components, and that is the answer. And in this case, we have duplicate as one component and then magazine issue as the other, because to duplicate something, is to copy something, and then a magazine issue is also known as a copy as well. And so that gives us our 4 letters here as the answer. We then move on to 7 across. So lost playoff opener, job cut for 6. Now, of course, if you've got 1 down, 7 across is probably going to be able to be quite achievable, because what we have here is lost playoff opener. So the opener of playoff, the letter P, is lost. We've deleted it. It's a deletion indicator, and that should give us a word that means job cut. And that's tricky because cut could also be a deletion indicator in any other type of clue. So we've got to be mindful of that. But job cut, but then you'd have to be like, okay, what am I cutting job from? And so it's not obvious where that road would take you. So instead, we do have, of course, layoff as the answer for 7 across. Now, 2 down. One of our harder clues this weekend here. And I was umming and ahhing for the Friday clue. Is it old knit is our clue, or is it appetizer drink is the other? So I saved this one for the puzzle. Appetizer drink from prehistory without IP to rebrand. So some kind of drink from a period before anything was written down, clearly doesn't have intellectual property, that's the IP, and it's being rebranded. So where to start? Well, the structure of this clue should be able to tell us what the definition is, in fact, because we have appetizer drink from, we're getting this word, the definition, the answer from prehistory without IP to rebrand. So appetizer drink is likely to be the definition then. And so how do we then pass the rest of this clue? Well, we've got prehistory, and that's without IP, and so that's our deletion indicator. The word prehistory doesn't have IP in it, so we're deleting the P and the I. And to rebrand, that's an anagram indicator. We're rebranding something, we're making it look in a whole new way. But without IP to rebrand, that doesn't give us 6 letters. We've still got 8 letters. And so this is the tricky part. It's not just without IP, it's without IPTO. And so actually the way to think about this is prehistory rebrand, and that's without the letters IPTO. So the comma here is a misdirect. Don't trust it. So that deletes the 4 letters we need to get rid of from prehistory, and then we're rebranding that, we're anagramming it for an appetizer drink, which is sherry. So that's the answer there. Now 3 down, we've already got the O and the E, and so we can probably guess what the answer might be from then. Peace symbol is the definition. But to pass the rest of this clue, we've got peace symbol vetoed, ignored extraterrestrial stupidly. Okay, so somebody's made some bad decisions about vetoing a peace symbol to try to make friends with some aliens. Now, we've got peace symbol, and then we've got vetoed, and vetoed, ignored. So ignored is actually a deletion indicator because we're ignoring certain letters in this word. In fact, vetoed. So vetoed, ignored, extraterrestrial, which abbreviates to ET. So we've got the ET here, and we're deleting those. Stupidly, right? So vetoed is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters. We're ignoring the E and the T, and stupidly is an anagram indicator. We're looking at something and it's just gone wrong in some way, and that is our clue to then use the rest of these letters to give us dove, which is a peace symbol. And then we're at the last clue here. Youth endlessly dismissed in baseball for 3. Now, endlessly is going to be of interest here. And we've got dismissed, though, as well. And you're thinking, there's a pattern maybe with ignored, or what was the other one? Without, dismissed, or could be deletion indicators, absolutely. In this case, dismissed is a bit of a misdirect. And how do we know that? Because we've got youth endlessly. What that tells us at the start is that we've got this word youth and it's endless. It doesn't have the ends of the word. So the letters Y and H are being deleted. So endlessly is in fact our deletion indicator, which gives us out. I won't put it in just yet because we've got OUT, and to be out is to be dismissed in baseball. And so dismissed in baseball is in fact the definition here. And if we put it all together for the final U, congrats, we've solved it. And so there we have it, and thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you found this puzzle enjoyable, fun to do. Please like and subscribe if you want to keep coming back to doing these weekend puzzles. But of course, we have our daily clues Monday to Friday. They get harder as the week goes on. Please do tune in for those as well, and please leave any feedback or comments in this video as well. I'm always trying to make these videos as good as possible. Enjoy the rest of your day.